Hi, it's me again with CorelDraw tips and tricks. Somebody sent me this and saying it's taking forever to trace. Well, this thing is 45 by 44 inches. So we're going to reduce it because we can always make it bigger. Now, even at this size, it's clear as a bell, but it takes forever to trace it. So what you can do is go ahead and go to Bitmap. I don't normally have to do this, but go to Bitmap and convert it to a bitmap and convert it to grayscale. If we're just going to cut these out and put them on something else, so now it's a grayscale. If we go to trace bitmap, outline, trace clip art, it does it in 3 seconds. Now you can move that over and you can left click, right click, and these are hairlines and they will cut out. And even, I would replace the stars. The text looks good. It's a little bit off. It could use a little work, but you could, the main goal is this lion's head, I guess. But it would be really easy. So we still have it all one piece. I'm going to set my nudge factor on 4 inches. And what I would do is go through here and take a star and kind of go right from the center and hold down the control and the shift key, maybe get a little bit closer to the center, hold down the shift key and it'll grow from the outside in. And then you could move that over and then actually use that same star, hit the plus key and just have it snap to there and move that over. And then if you were going to use the lion's head with those stars, let's just smart fill, use a color. And because this is all one group, I can color them all at one time. If I didn't, I'd have to see which ones I'm doing. But because it is a group, now I can grab all that color and I can left click, right click. And this font should be very easily found. I actually think it's just some of the letters a little bit rounded off. The P's not perfect, the T's not perfect. But you could very easily remake this and actually remake that circle. This is just, for some reason, it's not round. You would want it, I would want it round, so I'm going to make it 3.3. I had my ratio unlocked. Make it 3.3. You were not going to be able to tell the difference. Well, let's make this now 3.3. That makes a perfect circle. And then just go from the center of that, holding down we'll get your ellipse. Start drawing, hold down the control. It's almost easier to take it out and make it 3.3. I had my ratio unlocked. Lock your ratio back, 3.3, and actually move that ellipse. There's an easier way to do this, but it should like snap right to it. Then move that over. There's half your logo. Now all you need is, since he's going to cut it out, I don't even know if he needs a circle. But this font, I don't know really what font it is, but you could probably find that or get with the customer. Let's just type that out. And that's pretty close to it. And that's just Arial. Let's try Arial Black. It might be too thick, but when we reduce it, it might not be. Yeah, it's too thick. So just go back to, and there's a lot of Arials. A lot of people don't know you can go right here to stay on Arial and you get Arial narrow. Let's do that right there and see what that looks. That's probably too thin. But he ought to be able to find the font, hopefully, and just make another circle. Control D to make a duplicate and bring that in. And then kind of move that over to see if it's in the center of that. And then I would get away from my logo and I would go to text text to path, and then put it right in the middle. Go up to, you'll have to select it all, go up to object, break the text apart, move the text over. See, we're a little bit too long. So what I should have done is made it actually smaller to begin with. I'm just going to reduce it some. Go back to text to path, put it on that center and get into the center and get that red line. Select it all, go up to text and break, no, excuse me, go to object and break text apart, or Control K, which I just did a video the other day about it. It's a little bit, still a little bit high, but when you left click, right click, that's pretty close. Now it is not exactly, it's a different S, but you could, look at that, and you could, what's always nice about this, you can go back to text and straighten text, and you'll start off with that text again. Keep that circle, and then it's still a font. I'd go ahead and fill it back in with black, take away the outline, and just go through some fonts, and have it on the page where you can see it, and just pick out a letter that's different, like that S, and just keep your eye on that S as you go down your page. Most of these you can tell by here, and just, I bet I could find this font. That's pretty close, but the S isn't the same. And if you actually click on it and then go downhill, well, it should do that. There we go. And just go. Sometimes it'll work actually better than that. See, and it's a unique S. Anyway, I think the main concern was, and to be quite honest with you, those letters would probably work. They're good enough. And if I was going to do that, I would, two ways you could do it: go to group and ungroup it, and grab that and just nudge it over. Grab all that and nudge it over, and you're pretty much done. I would be, it all depends on how big it's going to be. If it's going to be really big, it might show up, but I know he's going to cut it out and put it like on a podium. See, we're only 3.3, but if you made it, 18 inches, I think it would look quite well. Anyway, I hope that helped a little bit. Thank you for watching.